are going on our 20th year in existence and in fighting for and with, most importantly, with the people of Haiti, the grassroots movements in Haiti. And we're here tonight in partnership with our sister organization, the Haiti Emergency Relief Fund, which has been around since 2004. And both of these organizations were formed after the coups that overthrew democratically elected President Jean-Bertrand Aristide, who, as you all know, recently, after 7 years in exile, was finally able to return to Haiti in March. So can we give it up real quick? We know that the reason why that was able to happen, despite the fact that the president of this country and the presidents of superpowers around the world tried their hardest to stamp it out. And yes, I said Obama.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He might be the first black president, but you know.
He ain't black.
But, you know, he was instrumental in trying to make sure, and trying to stamp out democracy in Haiti. Instrumental in working on those corporation sweatshop plans that are going on in Haiti right now. And so we're here because we remember that this fight continues. That despite the fact that Aristide is back, and despite the fact that there is a new sense of hope renewed, and that people on the ground are motivated and moving, and that they always have been, even though our media may not play it that way, that we are not charity victims. We are not inferior beings. The Haitian people have a plan for Haiti. They've always had a plan for Haiti, but at every turn, people have been there to try and stamp it out and stomp on it. So what we're here to do today, we're not just here to fundraise for the Haiti Emergency Relief Fund, which we are doing. It's important because 100% of what we give goes directly to grassroots organizations on the ground. But we're here to educate ourselves, and we're here to enjoy ourselves, and we're here to let the people of Haiti know, as we have been doing since 91 and beyond, as we have been doing since 2004 and beyond, that this community stands in solidarity with those people. That this community cares about what is going on in Haiti, because we know it pertains to what we're going through here in Oakland, what we're going through here in Richmond, Vallejo. Yeah. We are going through similar... Oh, I was about to cuss, I'm sorry. I mean, you know, I just gotta look around for the children first before I let that fly, but we are being oppressed by the same forces. And I really am so motivated to see so many of y'all here, because that means that you are here today because you know that. And I appreciate you for that. So we're just going to ask you guys to, you know, to donate if you haven't donated already. Again, nobody is turned away for lack of funds. But, you know, 100% of what we give goes directly to folks on the ground, and we're broke. Let's face it. We're broke. We need the money. So, you know, if you feel free to donate throughout the evening. We have buckets at various locations. We have books for sale. We even have massage for sale. How many open mics you've been to with massage, right? Where a portion of the proceeds will go to Haiti Emergency Relief Fund. And so we'd like for you to really just enjoy yourselves, unwind on this Friday night, get on the open mic, because I know some people are being shy. But we have an open mic, and we also have some performers. So we want you to enjoy yourselves and relax, okay? Now, what I'm going to do before we get to our next performer is I just want to invite Leslie from the Haiti Action Committee to come up and speak real quick, because this also happens to be the anniversary of another... This date is very significant. Today is August 12th, and in addition to it being Alex's birthday...
Happy birthday!
And don't worry, we'll be embarrassing him throughout the night. But it also, today also commemorates a day that is very important for our committee and for the Haitian grassroots in general. And I'm going to let Leslie touch on that in a minute. Thank you.
Tonight. Thank you so much for being here, and I know that we're all going to have a great time tonight. And I just wanted to explain, this is Levinsky Pierre Antoine. He was a Haitian human rights activist, he's a psychologist, and he's someone who, after the first brutal coup In 1991 in Haiti, the first coup that deposed President Aristide, when 5,000 Haitians were killed in a period of time, and when many, many people were tortured and women were raped, and they were tortured and brutalized and terrorized because they were part of Lavalas, because they were part of Haiti's grassroots movement. And at the end of that period, when democracy returned to Haiti during President Aristide's second administration, Pierre Levinsky formed an organization to treat the victims of torture in Haiti, partly because he was a psychologist, but also he was an activist. And on August 12th, 2007, he disappeared. One night on his way home from having met with a group of Canadian internationalists, he disappeared, and he has never been heard of since. That was 4 years ago. That was during the coup. And actually, a number of us had just met with him maybe a couple of weeks prior to his disappearance. And we met with him in a way that showed us he represented the spirit of the Haitian grassroots, of the people. He was, the last time that we saw him, he was standing in front of the United Nations, and there were maybe 75 Lavalas demonstrators with him, and he was singing and giving a speech on the anniversary of the U.S. invasion of Haiti in 1915, when the Marines stayed in Haiti for 34 years. No, for 19 years, until 1934. And, I mean, he was giving them the business. It was just a very amazing speech, and we can understand the kind of threat that he represented to the occupiers and to the United Nations forces. And so we remember him tonight. We remember his powerful voice, which is never going to be silenced in Haiti. There was never an investigation, despite the fact that Amnesty International and many people took up the case of where is Levinsky. And people are still demanding in Haiti to this day, where is Levinsky? What has happened to Levinsky? And that, you know, that has to be answered. So this evening is in his honor and with respect for his spirit. Thank you very much.